Chosen one, why God allows your family to reject you. Welcome to the chosen bloom. Chosen one, let me ask you something. Have you ever sat alone in the quiet, wondering why the very people who should have cherished you most, your own family, turned against you without reason? Their whispers behind your back, the coldness in their eyes, the silent rejection that cuts deeper than words, as if your very presence unsettled them. If you have felt this, then lean in, because this word is not spoken to all. It is spoken only to those whom God has set apart. For if you have never carried the weight of angelic visitation, if you have never wrestled with prophetic dreams that lingered in your soul, if no divine stirring has ever awakened your spirit, then this message will not find you. But if you are chosen, then know this: it is no accident that these words found you in this very moment. In the realm of the Spirit, nothing is random. Your encounter with God has left a mark upon you, and that mark has already distinguished you. It is the reason you feel different, the reason you cannot blend in, the reason even your own blood has risen against you. What rests within you is not ordinary, it is divine. And because it is divine, it reveals what others would rather keep hidden. Do not mistake this for coincidence. What you are walking in is not rejection. It is calling. That is why this message can transform your life if you receive it with faith. Pause here and declare it openly. Comment
777
as a seal of confirmation that this word is yours. And chosen one, do not forget, subscribe, tap the bell, and share this with another soul set apart, because this word is not meant to remain hidden. Now listen closely. The mark of the chosen one, you must understand what has been upon you from the very beginning. Before you even knew who you were, heaven had already placed its seal upon your life. This is not a mark the natural eye can recognize. Yet in the unseen realm, it burns like a radiant fire. That light is what separates you. It is what makes others, even your own blood, look at you with unease. And now you understand why you have always felt like the stranger in your own home, why you carried the weight of difference long before you had language for it. The mark of the chosen was written on you from birth. It cannot be erased. It is bound to every spiritual encounter you've known, the angel who stood beside you in despair, the prophetic dream that jolted your soul awake in the night, the quiet whisper of God when no one else was there to listen. Chosen one, these things were never accidents. They were divine appointments. These moments you've lived through, they are not accidents. They are confirmations of the calling that rests upon you. And because you carry this calling, those around you often feel something they cannot explain. They sense the weight of your light. Yet instead of honoring it, they resist it. Think back, chosen one. Even as a child, you knew you were different. Your family may have told you that you were too quiet, too intense, too strange. They could not understand the depth of your thoughts, or why you asked questions no one else dared to raise. That was never rebellion. It was your spirit searching for truth. And truth has always drawn a line. It separates the chosen from the crowd. But know this, the same mark that sets you apart is also the very thing that draws opposition. When you step into a room, even in silence, eyes turn toward you. There is a presence upon you that cannot be denied. It is not pride. It is the unmistakable evidence of God's hand on your life. And while some may feel drawn to it, many even within your own family are unsettled by it. They cannot explain their resistance, yet something within them rises against you. Do not forget, chosen one, spiritual things can only be discerned by the Spirit. In the natural, your bloodline may love you, but in the unseen realm, the enemy stirs their hearts against you. Why? Because if he can use their rejection to make you doubt your worth, he can distract you from the viribut when your eyes are opened, you begin to recognize something powerful, that the rejection was never proof of your failure. It was evidence of the mark upon your life. What once felt like a curse reveals itself as a sign of divine favor. And let this be clear, chosen one, this mark is not something you earned. It cannot be bought, bargained for, or applied to your life by human effort. It was inscribed into your destiny before you ever drew your first breath. That is why in your darkest nights, angels came to strengthen you. That is why dreams visited you with symbols and messages no one else could interpret. That is why divine words continue to find you even now, in this very moment. Heaven itself is confirming once again you are chosen. And because you are chosen, your family dynamics could never feel ordinary. They may mock your faith, laugh at your encounters, dismiss your visions as imagination, or accuse you of being too spiritual. But what they fail to see is that your very life is unfolding as a testimony in progress. You were never called to blend in. You were called to stand out. And that separation begins first at home. Look through the scriptures, and you will see the pattern. Every chosen one carried a mark. Joseph's dreams stirred hatred in his brothers, not because he was wrong, but because the hand of God was evident on him. David was anointed to be king, yet in his own house, he was dismissed as the least likely. Even our Lord Jesus declared that a prophet has no honor in his own home. So why would your story be any different? Family resistance is not the end of you, it is the very evidence of who you are. Chosen one, wear the mark with confidence. Do not shrink to make others comfortable. Do not dim the light that God Himself placed upon you. That light was set there with purpose, and it will not be hidden. If they reject you, let them. If they misunderstand you, so be it. If they turn against you, take it not as defeat, but as confirmation you carry something divine that not everyone is able to endure. This is why the chosen must learn to embrace the mark with boldness. Never forget this. Your family's rejection is not a reflection of your worth. It is a reaction to your light. Their unease is the proof of your calling. And as you continue to walk in that calling, the signs will not diminish. The angelic encounters, the prophetic dreams, the whispers of divine messages, they will only multiply as you step more fully into the truth of who you really are. That is the mark of the chosen one. And here lies the hidden reason why family so often rejects you. Chosen one, let us go deeper. Why is it that those who should have been your greatest supporters so often rise as your fiercest opposition? Why does resistance come the moment you begin to walk in your divine identity? Listen carefully. The hidden reason is this: your very presence uncovers what is concealed within them. The light of the chosen is never silent. Without a single word, it speaks. When you step into a room, the atmosphere shifts. When you carry angelic encounters, prophetic dreams, and divine messages in your spirit, people around you cannot help but feel it, even if they cannot explain it. And those bound to you by blood feel it most of all. Your light exposes their darkness. And rather than seek healing, many choose rejection. This is the truth few are willing to admit. People do not hate the chosen for who they are. They resist the chosen for what they reveal. For your very life becomes a mirror. And when that mirror begins to show evidence of God's hand upon you, conviction pierces those who would rather remain unchanged. They sense it, chosen one. They sense the divine encounter that rests upon you. They sense the angelic visitation that has marked your life. And when they are not ready to face their own reflection, they cast their discomfort upon you. That is why they accuse. That is why they mock. That is why they dismiss the very encounters that carried you through. It is not because you are wrong, it is because you are right. Your righteousness unsettles what remains unhealed within them. And so, whether knowingly or unknowingly, Your own family can become vessels of resistance. The enemy takes their familiarity with you, the fact that they know your past, your flaws, your humanity, and he twists it into a weapon against your destiny. If a stranger rejects you, it wounds. But when family rejects you, it cuts to the very bone. That is why the adversary begins there. He knows rejection from within your own house strikes the deepest. Yet, chosen one, hear this truth and never forget, rejection is both a weapon and a revelation. It is meant to wound, but it also unveils. It reveals who you are and who they are. It exposes the separation between light and darkness. It confirms that your path was never meant to mirror theirs. And it testifies that your calling is far too great to remain hidden. So let us make this clear. You carry a divine message inside you, one that cannot be silenced. Every time you open your mouth to speak truth, even in passing, it shakes the lies others have built their lives upon. Every prophetic dream you share becomes a mirror that reflects what someone would rather keep hidden. Every angelic visitation you describe reminds them of what they have neglected in their own walk with God. And instead of embracing it, instead of celebrating it, many, especially those in your own family, react defensively. They rise against you not because of who you are in the natural, but because of who you are in the spiritual. Even Jesus himself endured this. Scripture tells us that when he returned to his hometown, the people were offended at him. They said, "Isn't this the carpenter's son? Isn't this Mary's boy?" They could not receive the divine because they were blinded by familiarity with his humanity. And chosen one, that is the very struggle you face. Your family sees your flesh, your history, your flaws, but what they cannot see is the anointing that rests upon your spirit. And because they cannot see it, they reject it. Yet hear me clearly, their rejection is not proof that you are wrong. It is the confirmation that you are chosen. For if you were ordinary, they would accept you. If you were common, they would celebrate you. If you carried no dreams, no angelic encounters, no divine whispers, then they would have no issue at all. But because you are marked, because you carry light, because you have been set apart, resistance will always rise most fiercely within your own home. And this is where many chosen ones stumble. They take rejection to heart. They let the enemy whisper his poison. Maybe I'm not really chosen. Maybe my dreams mean nothing. Maybe those encounters were only in my imagination. But chosen one, you must silence every lie with truth. The hidden reason they reject you is the very reason God confirms you. You are not of this world. You were sent with a message, and messages never arrive without stirring division. Hear me clearly, your family does not reject you, they reject what you carry. They resist the light. They resist the truth. They resist the divine message flowing through your life. And yet, that very rejection is not your downfall. It is your escort into destiny. It is shaping you, pressing you deeper into God's presence, teaching you to lean on Him more than on man. It is training you to stand firm in your calling without craving human approval. Chosen one, do not let the rejection of family break you. Let it build you. You must allow rejection to teach you this unshakable truth. You were never placed here to please people. You were placed here to fulfill your assignment. You were not called to blend in, you were called to stand out. You were not meant to be understood, you were meant to be set apart. And the moment you embrace this, your spirit will grow stronger. So when your family dismisses your prophetic dream, do not be discouraged. When they laugh at your angelic visitation, do not be shaken. When they criticize your spiritual encounters, do not shrink back. Instead, let a quiet smile rise within you, and remember this is proof. Proof that you are chosen. Proof that your presence carries weight. Proof that your calling cannot be denied. Yes, rejection wounds. Yes, it cuts deep. But chosen one, Every cut becomes a scar, and every scar becomes a testimony. You will rise above it. And one day, the very family who mocked you will witness what God has done through you. They may never confess it with their lips, but in their hearts, they will know you were chosen all along. This is the hidden reason for their rejection. It was never about you being wrong. It was about you being right. It was never about you being weak. It was about you being strong. It was never about you being ordinary. It is about you being extraordinary. And the moment you embrace that truth, you begin to walk in the full authority of your calling. Chosen one, understand this. The very thing that makes you different is the very thing that confirms your spiritual encounters. These are not random moments. They are heaven's fingerprints pressed upon your life. From angelic visitations in the stillness of the night, to prophetic dreams that shake your spirit awake, to divine messages that come when you least expect them, each encounter is evidence that you have been set apart. Most people walk through life with eyes fixed only on the physical, but you, chosen one, have been allowed to see beyond the veil. You have felt the brush of eternity against your soul. You have heard whispers in the spirit that others cannot hear. And because of this, you will never fit into the ordinary mold others, yes, even your own family, try to place upon you. Your encounters testify that your path was never meant to mirror theirs. Consider the angelic visitations you've experienced, whether through dreams, sudden moments of protection, or a supernatural comfort when you should have been broken. None of it was by chance. Angels are sent to minister to the chosen because heaven knows the weight of the battles you must fight. These visitations are heaven's way of showing you that you are never walking alone. And yet, when you share them with family, they shake their heads in disbelief. Why? Because they cannot comprehend what they have never tasted. And those prophetic dreams, do not dismiss them as fleeting thoughts of the night. They are divine downloads from the throne of God, blueprints of what is to come. But when you speak of them, your family may laugh and say, "It's only your imagination." They do not realize Joseph's brothers said the very same when he revealed his dreams. Yet those dreams carried the outline of his destiny, and so do yours. Understand this, chosen one. Your encounters are the reason people distance themselves. The unfamiliar provokes fear. The divine unsettles what is earthly, and so they call you too deep, too strange, too consumed with spiritual things. But do not let their words weigh you down. You were never meant to walk the road of the ordinary. You were always meant to carry what others could not bear. Every chosen one in history was marked by encounters that set them apart. Moses stood before a burning bush that did not consume. Samuel, even as a child, heard the voice of God call his name in the temple. Daniel received visions of kingdoms rising and falling across generations. Mary was visited by an angel carrying a word that would alter eternity. Each of these moments branded their spirits forever, and each of them faced resistance from those who could not see what they had seen. Chosen one, your encounters carry the same weight. They are not random. They are preparing you for your mission. They are sharpening your discernment, shaping your spirit, and confirming that God's presence walks with you. And yes, they are also the very reason family may rise against you. For every encounter increases your light, and with every increase of light, darkness grows more restless. But hear this clearly, never bury what God has revealed to you. Do not hide your encounters. Do not silence your testimony. Do not pretend to be ordinary when the hand of the extraordinary has touched your life. If God has entrusted you with angelic visitation, it is because He knows you can bear it. If He has filled your nights with prophetic dreams, it is because your destiny demands it. If He has spoken divine messages into your soul, it is because the world must one day hear them through you. Yes, family may misunderstand. Friends may pull away. Those closest to you may even reject your words. but heaven never will. The angels who visit you are not laughing. The Spirit who breathes dreams into you is not dismissing you. The God who whispers divine messages is not rejecting you. He is affirming you, confirming you, and preparing you for what is ahead. So when you stand before others and they question your encounters, remember this: not everyone is meant to understand you. Your spiritual experiences are not for human validation. They are heaven's confirmation. They are not for applause. They are for alignment. They are not for your comfort. They are for your calling. And the sooner you embrace this truth, the stronger you will walk in the authority of your assignment. So lift your head, chosen one. Do not shrink back because others call you strange. Stand firm, because what they call strange, God calls sacred. Do not silence your testimony just because your family rolls their eyes. You were never sent to be understood by man, you were sent to be commissioned by God. And every angelic visitation, every prophetic dream, every divine message is undeniable evidence that you are chosen, set apart for something far greater than what human eyes can perceive. Chosen one, if this word resonates with your spirit, declare it boldly. Comment 999 as your confirmation. For when heaven places its hand upon your life, rejection is certain, but so is destiny. Your encounters are not meaningless. They are signposts leading you into the place where God's purpose will be fully revealed. Now let us go deeper. Prophetic dreams and the family rift, these are inseparably connected. Chosen one, understand this. Prophetic dreams are among the strongest signs of your calling, and they are also one of the chief reasons your family turns against you. For dreams are not mere pictures in the night. To the chosen, they are messages sent from heaven, divine communication designed to prepare you, to guide you, and to uncover what lies hidden. But when you share these dreams with family, they often reject you. Why? Because prophetic dreams carry truth, and truth is rarely welcomed by those who choose denial. Think of Joseph. His brothers did not hate him for what he did, they hated him for what he dreamed. They could not bear the glimpse of destiny revealed through his visions. So they mocked him, envied him, and conspired against him.
Chosen one, your experience mirrors his.
When you speak of the dreams God has entrusted to you, your family may laugh and say, it's only your imagination. They may even accuse you of being too spiritual, too strange, or out of touch with reality. But deep down, your dreams disturb them not because they are false, but because they unveil something greater than themselves. Understand this. Your prophetic dreams are not random. They are divine messages woven into your sleep, heaven's blueprint whispered to your spirit. Some of you have dreamed of blessings yet unseen. Some of you have dreamed of danger before it arrived. Some of you have dreamed of angelic visitations, where heavenly beings came to strengthen you. None of these moments were accidents. They were confirmations. They are confirmations of your chosenness. Yet family cannot always grasp that. Instead of honoring it, they push you away. And here is the truth. Rejection often intensifies the moment you share your dreams. It is not that your family hates you. It is that your dreams confront them with realities they are not ready to face. Some dreams unveil the favor of God resting on your life, and that stirs jealousy. Some dreams expose hidden sins, and that provokes anger. Some dreams reveal what is coming, and that awakens fear. So rather than embrace the gift, they attack the vessel.
Chosen one, do not be surprised when this happens.
Prophetic dreams were never given to make you popular. They were given to make you prepared. And preparation always demands separation. God shows you mysteries in the night because He knows you can carry the weight of them. He reveals the unseen because He trusts your spirit to hold what others cannot. That is why the dreams come again and again, consistent, powerful, undeniable. They are the seal of your calling. But hear this warning, chosen one, do not look to your family for validation. Many of them will never give it. They cannot see what you see. They cannot hear what you hear. They cannot feel what you feel. And that is no failure because the dream was never given to them. It was entrusted to you. Understand this with clarity. Your prophetic dreams are not ornaments. They are weapons. They guard you, they guide you, and they remind you that heaven itself is walking beside you. So when your family mocks, stand unmoved. When they dismiss, remain steady. When they call you foolish, stay faithful. For time will be your witness, and truth will be your defender. The very brothers who scorned Joseph were the same ones who bowed before him when the dream unfolded. And so it shall be with you. Those who laughed at your visions will one day see them fulfilled. Those who mocked your encounters will one day bear witness to their truth.
Chosen one, your dreams will outlast their doubts.
Chosen one, never bury your gift just to make others comfortable. Never silence your dreams to escape criticism. What God reveals in your sleep is too precious to be wasted. Your family may dismiss you now, but heaven records every dream, every vision, every word. And in the appointed time, those very dreams will manifest, and your calling will be undeniable. So the next time you awaken from a prophetic dream, do not tremble at their rejection, rejoice in your confirmation. For every dream is proof that you are chosen, proof that God is still speaking, and proof that your destiny is far greater than what your family can comprehend. Now hear this clearly. Why does the enemy strike through family first? Chosen one, lean in, for this may be the most eye-opening truth yet. The adversary knows he cannot erase what God has ordained. He cannot cancel your prophetic dreams. He cannot undo your angelic visitations. He cannot silence the divine messages that heaven has spoken over your life. But while the enemy cannot erase your calling, he will try to distract you, discourage you, and delay you. And his first weapon is often your family. Why? Because family is where your trust is born. Family is where your heart is most unguarded. If a stranger insults you, you can brush it aside. But when it is your own blood, your mother, your father, your brothers, your sisters, the wound cuts far deeper. The enemy knows this, and that is why he begins there. Look at the patterns written in Scripture.
Joseph's brothers despised him because of his prophetic dreams.
David's own family dismissed him as insignificant, leaving him forgotten in the fields when Samuel came to anoint the next king. Even Jesus himself declared, "A prophet is without honor in his own house." Do you see it? The enemy always seeks to kill greatness at its root, and the root of every life is family. This is his strategy. He uses those closest to you because their rejection has the power to plant seeds of doubt. Seeds meant to convince you that you are not chosen, that your calling is not real, that your encounters mean nothing. But chosen one, hear me, those seeds are lies. If your family tells you your dreams mean nothing, you may begin to doubt them. If they mock your angelic visitation, you may be tempted to hide it. If they dismiss your spiritual encounters, you may shrink back from your calling. This is the enemy's design, using their voices to silence yours. But chosen one, do not be deceived. Their rejection is not proof that your encounters are false. It is proof that they are true. The light you carry exposes shadows they do not wish to confront. Your destiny threatens the enemy's grip on your bloodline, so he stirs resistance in those who should have embraced you. Understand this. The enemy never wastes his weapons on what has no value. He only attacks what carries power. And because your calling carries eternal weight, the warfare against you began early, often through the very ones closest to you. The arguments, the jealousy, the misunderstandings, the betrayal, none of it is random. It is a calculated strategy to make you question who you are. But chosen one, hear me, rejection is not the end of your story. It is the proof that your story has only just begun. It is not the end, it is the beginning of your separation. The enemy may use family to push you out, but God uses that very push to position you for purpose. Joseph would never have reached Egypt if his brothers had not betrayed him. David would never have been lifted to the throne if his family had not dismissed him. Even Jesus would not have fulfilled his mission had his own people not rejected him. What the enemy intended for evil, God transforms for good. This is why you must never allow family rejection to harden into bitterness. If bitterness takes root, the enemy gains ground. Instead, chosen one, you must see rejection as redirection. You must recognize their resistance as proof of your chosenness. You must understand that every no from family is answered by a louder yes from heaven. Yes, the enemy uses family because he knows it hurts, but God allows it because he knows it helps. It helps separate you from what cannot go with you. It helps refine your heart in the fire. It helps strengthen your spirit for battle. And it helps push you into the destiny you were born for. Chosen one, hear this clearly. You would never step fully into your calling if everyone around you always approved. Sometimes, God allows rejection for one reason, that you might learn to lean on Him alone. So hear me well, chosen one. Do not waste your strength fighting those who reject you. Do not drain your spirit trying to prove your worth. Do not beg them to believe your prophetic dreams or honor your encounters with God. You were never sent to convince them, you were sent to fulfill the divine assignment placed in your hands. Let them talk. Let them mock. Let them reject. None of it has the power to cancel your calling. And remember this, the same family who dismisses you today may one day stand in need of you tomorrow. Just as Joseph's brothers bowed before him in Egypt, the very ones who betrayed you may return when the hand of God upon your life becomes undeniable. For when the dream manifests, when the prophetic word is fulfilled, when the divine message comes to pass, they will see it. Whether they acknowledge it aloud or not, they will know you were chosen all along. So do not fear the enemy's tactics. Expose them for what they are. Yes, he uses family because he knows their voices echo in your heart. But heaven's voice is louder. And when you choose to believe God over man, the weapon of rejection is broken. You rise above the sting of it, and you walk boldly in your true identity. So stand tall, chosen one. Embrace the truth. The rejection you face at home is not a curse, it is confirmation. The enemy may strike through family first, but he cannot prevail. For the light of the chosen cannot be extinguished, and the calling of God cannot be denied. Now let us turn to what so many of you wrestle with in silence, isolation. Perhaps you have asked yourself, why am I always alone? Why do I feel separate, even surrounded by people?
Why does it seem no one truly understands me, not even my own family?
Hear this revelation. Your isolation is not punishment. Your isolation is protection. God separates His chosen. He draws them away from the noise, the opinions, the distractions, because He needs your ears tuned to heaven, not to man. When your family rejects you, when your friends drift away, when those you trusted disappear, it may wound you in the natural, but in the spirit, it is a divine setup. For it is in isolation that the chosen begin to hear God with clarity. Look at the pattern. Moses, before leading Israel, spent years alone in the wilderness. David, before sitting on the throne, was isolated in the fields with the sheep. John the Baptist, before preparing the way for the Lord, lived alone in the desert until his time came. And even Jesus, before fulfilling his mission, withdrew to lonely places to pray. Chosen one, isolation is never random. It is a divine pattern of preparation. It is in your lonely nights that angels visit. It is in your quiet hours that prophetic dreams are released. It is in your silence that divine whispers reach your spirit. Others may see your isolation as weakness, but in truth, it is the forge where your real strength is being built. The world may think you are forgotten, but heaven knows you are being refined. Your family may not understand why you spend so much time apart. They may call you distant, antisocial, detached. But what they cannot see is that you are in training. You are being separated in order to be elevated. God removes certain people from your circle because they cannot walk where you are going. And if you tried to carry them with you, they would only weigh you down. Yes, chosen one, I know the loneliness can feel unbearable. You wonder why no one calls, why no one checks in, why you feel invisible. But hear me, you are not invisible to heaven. You are hidden on purpose. God hides His treasures until the appointed time. Just as a seed is buried in the dark soil before it bursts into life, so too are you hidden in isolation until the day your calling blossoms in the open. Do not mistake hiddenness for abandonment. Do not confuse loneliness with defeat. This season of separation is not forever, it is for your growth. In this sacred space, your discernment is sharpened, your prayer life deepens, your spirit matures. The divine messages become clearer, the prophetic dreams grow stronger. And when you emerge, you will carry an authority that could never have been forged in the noise of the crowd. The enemy wants you to believe isolation means you are unloved. But the truth is this: isolation is proof that you are beloved. God draws close those he loves, and intimacy with him requires privacy. Just as a bride prepares in secret before her wedding, so too the chosen one is prepared in hiddenness before stepping into destiny. So, chosen one, do not despise your isolation. Embrace it. Use it. Let it shape you. For when the appointed time arrives, the very family who rejected you, the very voices that mocked your silence, will witness the fruit of your hidden season. They will marvel at the wisdom, the power, the clarity you carry, and you will know it was forged in the furnace of isolation. So the next time loneliness surrounds you, declare with boldness, I am not abandoned. I am being prepared. And when the silence feels heavy, remind yourself, this is my training ground. The next time rejection drives you into solitude, declare this over yourself. This is my protection, not my punishment. Chosen one, your isolation is not empty, it is holy. It is the chamber where heaven speaks most clearly. It is the place where you are transformed, stripped of who you once were and clothed in who you are called to be. And soon, when the appointed time comes, you will step out of that hidden place carrying the full weight of your divine message. And nothing, not even the rejection of your family, will be able to stop you. So now the question remains, how should you respond to family rejection? Chosen one, you understand the why, but what do you do with the pain? How do you carry yourself when your own blood mocks your prophetic dreams, dismisses your angelic visitations, and rejects the divine messages within you? Listen carefully, because your response is critical. It can either delay your destiny or accelerate it. First, settle this truth in your spirit. Rejection is never fought with anger. Do not argue. Do not lash out. Do not waste your breath trying to prove what heaven has already stamped upon you. And do not try to force them to see what they cannot see. Remember this, spiritual things are spiritually discerned. You could explain your dreams 1,000 times, and they still would not understand because their eyes remain closed. That is why your response must never come from the flesh, but from the spirit. Instead of arguing, chosen one, remain calm. Instead of cursing, choose blessing. Instead of craving their validation, stand firm in your divine validation. When your family calls you strange, smile quietly because you know your encounters are real. When they accuse you of being too spiritual, let it fall from you like water, for your spirit knows the weight of what your eyes have seen. And hear this, your greatest weapon in the face of rejection is prayer. Pray not only for strength to endure, but also for them that their hearts would soften, that their eyes would open, that they too might encounter the God who has marked you. For when you pray for those who reject you, you disarm the enemy. His plan is to plant bitterness, to provoke hatred, to make rejection turn into resentment. But when you love instead of hate, when you bless instead of curse, when you pray instead of retaliate, you rise above his trap. Chosen one, also learn the sacred power of silence. Not every dream should be shared with family. Not every vision is meant to be spoken aloud. Remember Joseph, he revealed his dreams too soon, and it stirred trouble against him. There are divine messages God entrusts to you that are meant for your spirit alone in that season. Guard your pearls. Do not cast them before those who will only trample them. But understand this, silence is not weakness. Silence is wisdom. Silence is discernment. Silence is proof that you trust God's timing more than man's approval. For when the dream manifests, no one will be able to deny it. When the prophecy is fulfilled, rejection will no longer matter. When the divine word comes to pass, their disbelief will turn to awe. And another key response is consistency. Do not allow rejection to make you shrink back from your calling. If they dismiss your prophetic dreams, keep dreaming. If they laugh at your angelic visitations, keep believing. If they mock your spiritual encounters, keep walking with God. Let your consistency become your testimony. For over time, steadfastness speaks louder than words, and faithfulness testifies stronger than any defense. Chosen one, you must also learn to guard your peace. Family rejection can weigh heavy on your heart if you allow it. That is why you must set spiritual boundaries. This does not mean cutting them off in bitterness. It means limiting their access to your spirit. You can still love them without allowing their negativity to poison your soul. You can still honor them without letting their disbelief shake your faith. Protect your peace, for your peace is precious. And above all, respond with faith. Every rejection is an invitation to trust God more deeply. When your family says you are nothing, God whispers, you are chosen. When they declare you will fail, God declares, you will rise. When they mock your divine encounters, heaven celebrates them. So let faith speak louder than their doubt. Chosen one, do not waste your strength chasing their approval. You were never sent for their applause. You were sent to fulfill your assignment. You were sent to carry the divine message burning inside you. You were sent to walk in authority, to stand in power, to move in purpose. And nothing, not their rejection, not their unbelief, not even their betrayal can cancel that. So the next time your family turns against you, pause, breathe deep, and remember, this is confirmation, not condemnation. Respond with prayer, not pettiness. Respond with silence when wisdom demands it. Respond with consistency in your calling. Respond with peace that surpasses understanding. Respond with faith that cannot be shaken. And in doing so, you rise above the trap. You walk in authority. You show that you are not only chosen, you are prepared. And when the appointed time comes, the very family who rejected you will witness what God has done through your life. Whether they confess it with their lips or not, they will know in their hearts that you were chosen all along. Now, chosen one, let us speak of the greater step. By now you understand why your family turned against you. You see the mark that distinguishes you. You see how prophetic dreams, angelic visitations, and divine messages have been shaping you. You see that isolation is preparation and rejection is confirmation. So now the question arises, the question that matters most. How do you step fully into your calling? The first step is this: accept that your path will never look like theirs. Stop waiting for your family's approval to validate your journey. Heaven has already approved what man cannot understand. Stop waiting for them to validate your prophetic dreams. Stop waiting for them to celebrate your spiritual encounters. They may never understand, and that is all right, because your calling was never given to them. It was entrusted to you. To step fully into it, you must release the craving for their approval and embrace the authority God has already placed upon you. Chosen one, your calling is not a suggestion, it is a mandate. Heaven has invested too much in you for you to play small. The angelic visitations you received were never for entertainment, they were instructions. The prophetic dreams were never for curiosity, they were directions. The divine messages were never for decoration, they were assignments. To step into your calling, you must treat every encounter as preparation for action. And walking in your calling requires boldness. Stop hiding your light. Stop downplaying your gifts. Stop silencing your testimony just to make others comfortable. You were not chosen to blend in, you were chosen to stand out. Remember, when God called prophets, kings, and messengers throughout history, none of them fit the mold. Moses was not eloquent, yet he spoke for God. David was the youngest, yet he was anointed king. Esther was an orphan, yet she was positioned to save a nation. Every chosen one had reasons to shrink back, but they stepped forward anyway. And so must you. Another key to stepping into your calling is obedience. Chosen one, do not delay what God has told you to do. If He told you to speak, speak. If He told you to write, write. If He told you to move, move. For delayed obedience is still disobedience. The divine message inside you is not casual. It is time-sensitive. Someone's breakthrough, someone's deliverance, someone's answer is tied directly to your obedience. Do not allow the fear of rejection to silence your mission. You must also walk in discipline. Your calling cannot rest on emotion. It must be anchored in consistency. Pray when you do not feel like praying. Fast when your flesh longs to feast. Study the word when distractions pull at your mind. Discipline is what separates those who talk about destiny from those who fulfill it. And hear this, if heaven has trusted you with prophetic dreams, you must steward them with care. If you have received angelic visitations, you must honor them with purity. To be chosen is not just to be favored. If you have received divine messages, you must guard your vessel so the flow remains clear. For chosen one, stepping into your calling also demands resilience. You will face storms. You will face opposition. You will face betrayal. But every storm is confirmation that you are moving in the right direction. Ships are not built to remain in the harbor, they are built to sail. And your calling was never given for your comfort, but for your impact. Do not let the waves of rejection sink you. Anchor yourself in God and press forward. And finally, to step fully into your calling, you must embrace identity. Stop naming yourself ordinary when heaven has already called you chosen. Stop declaring yourself weak when heaven has stamped you strong.
Stop doubting your encounters when heaven has already confirmed them.
The chosen one walks differently, not in arrogance, but in authority, not in pride, but in power. Chosen one, the time is now. Enough waiting. Enough hiding. Enough shrinking back. The rejection of your family was never meant to stop you. It was meant to shape you. The isolation was never meant to break you. It was meant to build you. The angelic visitations, the prophetic dreams, the divine messages, they were never meant to remain hidden in silence. They were given to propel you forward. Step boldly into your calling, for heaven is waiting, and the earth is in need of what you carry. And now, chosen one, we arrive at the closing revelation. You have walked with me through this message, asking why your family turned against you, and now the answer has been uncovered. It is because you are chosen. You are marked. You are set apart. What God placed inside you exposes what others would rather keep hidden. Their rejection was never your ending, it was your confirmation. You now know that your prophetic dreams were never ordinary. They were divine messages sent from heaven to prepare you for the path ahead. You now see that your angelic visitations were never random. They were holy encounters reminding you that you do not walk alone. And you now understand that your spiritual encounters, your seasons of isolation, and even your moments of rejection all point to one undeniable truth: you have been chosen for destiny. You are God's chosen one. Hear me clearly, chosen one, this is your moment of awakening. No more questioning your identity. No more doubting your encounters. No more shrinking back simply because family does not understand you. The rejection you endured was heaven's way of shaping you into a vessel strong enough to carry the weight of destiny. Your calling is not small, and your mission is not ordinary. That is why the battle has been so fierce, because your assignment carries eternal weight. And mark this truth: the very family who rejected you may one day need the light you carry. The same voices that mocked you will one day fall silent when your prophecy unfolds. The very ones who said you were nothing will watch as God exalts you not for pride, but because heaven's word cannot return void. Your dreams will manifest. Your divine messages will be fulfilled. Every angelic visitation you have received was proof of this very truth. You are chosen, and nothing can change that. So, what must you do now? Walk boldly. Speak with authority. Move with purpose. And step fully into your calling without apology, without hesitation, and without fear. For heaven has stamped you, and the earth is waiting for what you carry. The time for hiding is over. The time for questioning is finished. The time for fear has passed. You have been trained in isolation, refined through rejection, and strengthened by encounter. Now it is time to rise. Chosen one, let your very life become the testimony. Let your consistency silence every critic. Let your faith outshine every doubt. Do not waste another moment trying to explain yourself to those who cannot see. Instead, pour every breath into fulfilling your divine assignment, for the world desperately needs what you carry, even if your family cannot yet recognize it. And now, as we close, I call you to seal this moment with faith. Comment below 777, 333, or 999 as your declaration that you have received this word. Chosen one, this is your confirmation. Heaven has led you to this message in its perfect timing, and it will not leave you the same. Rise, step forward, walk boldly, for you are chosen and nothing can change that. Do not forget subscribe to this channel, tap the bell icon, and stay connected so you never miss what heaven has for you. And share this message with another chosen one who is struggling to understand why their family has rejected them. Your obedience to share could be the very word that saves someone's spirit tonight. Chosen one, lift your head high. You are not rejected, you are redirected. You are not abandoned, you are anointed. You are not forgotten, you are favored. And no matter what your family has said, heaven's word is louder, stronger, and final. You are chosen. You are called. And you are ready. Now step forward in boldness, for your destiny awaits.